Hey guys, I am here reviewing Lego Creator 3-in-1 set 31161 Medieval Dragon. It comes with 715 regular pieces. As you can see, the main set is a Western style medieval dragon, but we also have a Eastern style dragon serpent and a phoenix bird. The back are 3 more pictures of the aforementioned creatures. I really like that this set is completely stylized around mythological creatures, and I like that 2 of them are green and 1 of them is red, so not even all exactly the same colors. I also like that this castle is very similar to the new Unicorn Knight castle that we have as well in Creator. So the box I think is quite interesting, but now let's get to the instructions, extra pieces, and the set. So as you can probably see, I only created the first set, the dragon. This is the instruction booklets for the phoenix. This is for the Eastern style serpent dragon, slightly thicker than the phoenix, but of course the largest and the one with the different binding is the Western style dragon, which looks absolutely marvelous. For extra pieces, I need to set this small burden down. My own creature. So for extra pieces, we do have quite a few, including some printed pieces for the phoenix eyes, I suppose, and also for the, we have opalescent jewels, clear opalescent, and an orange piece puller. I think for Creator it's, well, pretty standard, not special, not terrible, not great for the extra pieces. Before we get to the dragon, let's also check out this treasure chest. So it looks like these are stalagmites here. And the treasure chest contains 2 of the previously shown opalescent jewels, along with a lot of gold pieces, which is nice. So this is a nice way to show some treasure, and it can be kind of guarded or underneath the dragon. So the dragon himself, you can see it's relatively large. I will do a comparison video to the Dungeons and Dragons dragon, which also was released in 2025. So we had a good dragon showing that year. You can see his mouth is rather thin, sort of beak-like. He doesn't look great head-on. You can't really see his eyes. Maybe he can't see you. Maybe that's a good thing. He does have nice horns, rather complex and articulate. You can see the eyes from the side. I would have preferred maybe some trans clear for the eyes, but this is okay as well. And we have the wings here, which are created using pieces with rounded edges. This is a 1x5. There's also a 1x2 and some other 1x5s. So it's quite nice. The wings don't look so great fully spread, but they still do the job. They still look pretty good. You can replace them with cloth if you really like. But they're pretty nice, and again, they do the job, especially when folded up. The feet are likewise interesting. They're different also from the Dungeons and Dragons in that the outside toes move outward and the middle toe moves up and down. and we have a lot of good use of what looks like scales throughout the body, and also lighter on the underbelly, darker on the top. Very good use of the different colors here. The back legs are similar but different from the front legs, as you can see. The tail also uses double ball joints, so it can only swing back and forth for the first part. And then towards the end, we have one ball and socket joint allowing multiple angles. The tail ends in a rocket and a spike, which is pretty good as well. So I think overall it's a very nice dragon, very beautiful, much nicer than the previous 7-in-1 or 8-in-1 creator set dragon that we had before with the light brick, although that one had a much better head, or let's say a better head, especially straight on, and that one had a relatively better secondary sets compared to this one. I know that I normally only build the main set for the Creator 3-in-1. It's usually the one with the most time put into it and usually the one that looks the best. But that 8-in-1 dragon was an excellent example of alternatives. And this one, especially the dragon serpent, doesn't look so bad, but I prefer the Western dragons. My biggest issue with this dragon himself, though, is that it looked like he may be able to do a two-legged stand, but he just cannot. He's almost able to, but it really doesn't, even though here he can kind of sit on the legs, on his rear legs, his head cannot bend down enough. It really still stares up or almost straight at best. That's my biggest issue with it, which, is it a really big issue? Not really, but is it a small issue? No, it's not ideal. And finally, I got this set to go along with all these dragons in 2025. And I thought it could be the baby to this set, but as you can see, the size kind of fits and kind of does not. I think this one would need some very heavy modification to really be the baby, but I still like that idea. Maybe he starts off red and then he ends up mostly green, or he could start as the baby of the Dungeons and Dragons dragon, or perhaps one of these is the female and the other one's the male, and the baby is red. Anyway, it is a great creator set, especially for dragons, especially for this 2025 year of Dungeons and Dragons. So I'd rate it at least a 4. I don't think it maybe deserves a 4.5. So I think it's still a good 4, and especially if you like dragons or have that Dungeons and Dragons set, this is a great set to pick up if you can get it at a bit of a sale. It retails for $60 US, so if you can get it maybe 20% off, it's probably a great deal. Even at its base price, the piece to price ratio is not so bad. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.